Let's get it started with Crystal in Las Vegas, Nevada. Crystal, how can we help?
Hi, thanks for having me on.
You bet.
Well, one of the issues I have is that I've been at a company for like 2 years and I'm not really getting promoted in my career. And I want to move to another city to get a better job, but my boyfriend doesn't want to move and we want to get married. Now, if I stay in Las Vegas, I can't work anywhere else because as a journalist, we have these things called non-compete. So it's either I stay here and get out of journalism or I move and kind of break up with him.
Yeah, well, let's talk about you for a second. Well, let's forget about him. I'm not real thrilled with him, but we'll get to him in a moment, John. I might have Doc weigh in on this from a relationship standpoint. That's his area. But I do want to get really clear on what your dream is in this other city and why you want to go there. I want you to just tell yourself, not just us. Why do you want to move? Forget him. Why do you want to move? Why is that important?
Because I work a really tough schedule. I work like midnight to 8 a.m. Wednesday through Sunday, and I fall asleep in church, and I don't really have much of an outside life out of work. So I want to find something with a better schedule and that I can kind of move up the ladder with.
There you go. Why? Why'd you get into journalism?
Because I feel like everyone needs to have their story told, and I wanted to be a representative for people of color in different communities and to make sure that everyone's accountable.
Why? Go one level deeper. I love that answer. Tell me why that's important to you.
Because when I was growing up in New Orleans and Hurricane Katrina happened, I felt as a person of color I was personally ignored and no one was paying attention to me, and that inspired me to pursue this career in journalism in which I tell the story of people who are at the bottom and who are being ignored in society.
Wow. John, that's a why.
That's a why. Yeah.
Hey, that's a why.
That one's wired into your soul.
That's from your story, Crystal.
Yeah.
So here's the deal. The reason I just walk you through that is because you need to have that front and center right now. John's going to walk you through the relational piece, but I wanted you to hear you share why it's so important that this isn't a move just for a job. This isn't a move to make your boyfriend uncomfortable. This isn't about you and selfishness. This is about your purpose. This is about your why. You need to make the move. John, I think she makes the move whether he comes or not. And if they're talking marriage and he's not willing to make a move because of that why, I got some real problems. John, help me out.
I'm the same. So, Crystal, walk us through. I'm going to call him a knucklehead, and that's my neutral. Right,
that's pretty gentle for you.
It's right down the road, in the middle of the road for me. Tell me about this knucklehead. What a part about your life mission is he not resonating with?
Well, I mean, he's been here for a long time. Like, this is his home city, so I definitely understand it. Everything that he knows and loves is here. Part of me doesn't want to move either. I actually like the city. It's just that I'm not really progressing here at the current company that I'm at.
Mm-hmm. How long is your non-compete for?
For a year.
A year. Have you sat down and dreamt about, and I'm wandering back into Ken's world here, have you dreamt about other ways to tell stories of marginalized people that would allow you to get some experience and some skills, and then in 366 days you slide back into this role?
Yeah, I've thought about starting a small community newspaper for an kind of lower income area of the city here.
Crystal, how much money do you need to make?
Not really that much. It's not really about the money at all.
Well, I understand, but
about sleep and sanity.
Sure, you got to pay bills though.
Yeah, we got some realities. How much money do you need to make? You're not married, remember? So this is the boyfriend. He hadn't put a ring on it yet. How much money do you need to make?
Probably $50,000.
Okay, I just want to be real honest with you. John's asking you the right question. There might be some other ways to get to where you want to get to besides moving from Vegas to this job. However, they've got to be realistic. And you starting a community newspaper, you're not going to make $50,000.
You're going to lose $50,000.
Yeah, that is not a reality, and I don't want to let you think that that's a reality.
Right.
I want you to go back to the question John asked
Yeah.
you. You didn't answer the question. You just talked about how you understood his point of view because he's always lived in Vegas and everything he loves is in Vegas. Well, it's about ready to not be the case. And if he loves you, I want to know, John asked you a really good question. What part of that vision that you so beautifully shared with us does he not get excited about?
He just doesn't see the need for me to move. He kind of believes that I should be able to start my own thing here, whether it be like a website, TV station, newspaper, etc. I don't think he really has a grasp of
the
of
realities
my
of
career,
media,
of journalism. You know,
he needs a grasp of two things. Number one, how media like that actually operates, how long it takes to get up and running, how much money it spends off, and oh, by the way, you have to take care of yourself. You're not relying on boyfriend. I think this is a sit-down conversation, John, where it's like, this is my vision. Now, to John's point, I don't think you have to put all the eggs in this basket of moving out of Las Vegas. However, this move to this new position moves you up the ladder. That was the word I got most excited about. Ladders. What's great about ladders is as we move up, we have other options to move to different places. You could come back to Vegas, but the reality is, Crystal, you are capped. You have a lid on yourself, your words, your reality. It's a lid where you are now. And if you don't leave soon to do what you know you're supposed to do, whether it's this position, John, where she moves out of Vegas, my concern is she's going to begin to resent the boyfriend.
And I see that over and over and over, where people, they don't have the why conversation. They don't get to why. It becomes a job. I want this title. And that's not a reason to move a city.
Never.
But when you're that wired into who you are and your mission on earth, then that's a sit-down conversation, because 5 years from now, 10 years from now, that's when the fires of resentment will burn through that relationship, and it's hard to maintain when you have a mission in life.
I'm going to tell you this right now. I wouldn't marry anybody who wasn't on board with what I believe God created me to do.
That's right.
Sorry.